Hey everybody, Chef Joe, and welcome to Sunday Dinner with Chef Joe. It's a beautiful day here in the East Coast. I don't know what it's like at your place, but it's absolutely gorgeous today. So I'm in a much better mood today than I was yesterday. We actually had snow yesterday here in Boston, and then it was 65 degrees here today, and it's just like, who knows? It's April. What do you want me to tell you? Anyways, I'm excited because it's Sunday, and I always love Sundays because I know what day it is because I have to do my show, and you never know what day it is anymore. So today we're going to make something a little bit healthier. I don't know about you, but I've not been eating so healthy lately. So we're going to get back to eating a little bit more healthy. Today we're going to make an Asian glazed salmon with steamed rice and sautéed veggies. Really simple, really easy, and we're gonna just have a nice normal dinner tonight and enjoy life. How's that? All right, let's do it. Let's start off with our rice because we need to get our rice going. So we're gonna start off now. Normally, the recipe that I posted calls for like 3 cups of rice, but I've already done half of the rice, so I'm gonna do this based on half of the rice. So we're gonna put in starting off with, for 1.5 cups of rice, we're going to start off with 2 cups of water, and we're going to put in our 1.5 cups of rice. You can use any kind of rice you really want, white rice or Asian rice. This is an Asian rice that I'm using today. It's got that little bit of a stickier feel to it. And let's grab a spoon. I got my spoon right here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bring this up to a boil. As soon as we bring this rice up to a soft boil, we're going to put the lid on it, move it down to low, and we're going to leave it alone. And by the time dinner's ready, the rice should be ready. How's that? All right, so we're going to let that go for a minute. Meanwhile, we've got our salmon here. We've got some beautiful salmon here that we're using, and we're going to take our salmon and we're going to put it on a sheet tray. Real simple. So we've been marinating this salmon for about an hour, and if you saw my Facebook recipe, the marinade that we marinated this in calls for 1/2 cup of soy sauce, 3 tablespoons of hoisin, 3 tablespoons of plum sauce, 3 tablespoons of fish sauce, and yes, fish sauce smells like shit. No question, just saying it out loud. It's terrible. Anyways, but when you cook with it, it's absolutely freaking amazing. I just can't believe it. Anyways, 1 teaspoon of our Asian chili sauce, and this is the one I like to use. Oh, by the way, before we get going, our rice has come to a boil, so we're going to turn that down to low, and we're going to give it one more stir so we can break it up. And then we're going to leave that on low for 20 minutes. All right, so our rice is going. Anyways, and then I also put in a fresh tablespoon of grated ginger. Absolutely delicious. Ginger makes the whole house smell nice. It's just wonderful. So that's what this marinade all is. We're going to take it, and like I said, these salmons, I've skinned them and cut them into individual pieces, and we're going to put them right on a baking sheet with a little parchment. All right. And we're going to put that in a 400 degree oven for about 15 to 20 minutes. 15-20 minutes. Really depends on the size of the fish that you're using. So you want to get your fish to at least 140 degrees and 140 degrees, and then it will be cooked. And then from that point on, it's up to you on how you like your salmon. I like mine a little bit more on the medium rare side. Some people like it on the well done side. All right, so this is the marinade. We're putting it back on the burner, and we're going to bring that to a boil and reduce it because that's going to be the sauce for our fish when everything is done. All right, so let me just give my hands a quick wash. It's always important, you know, to wash your hands these days. I mean, you should always wash your hands, but even more importantly these days. Plus, no offense, but between the fish sauce and the salmon, I just don't really want that weird smell on my hands. All right, let's grab a paper towel and we'll get back to work. All right, so while we're waiting on our sauce to reduce down, our fish to cook, our rice to boil, let's do our veggies. So the veggies that I talked about were a certain kind of veggies, but again, we're in a different time. This recipe actually comes from one of my restaurant recipes that I've done for events and things. So we're going to change this recipe up a little bit because again, what we can get at the store is what we can get at the store. So I decided to make life easy for myself. Let's face it, I'm not working right now, so I might as well make life easy for myself. And so we're going to use one of these pre-made like stir-fried veggie stir-fry mixes. Okay, that's what we're going to use today for our veggies. So let's talk about that. So you can, if you don't want to use that, you want to slice up your own veggies, no problem. We can do that. But I'm just trying to be like you guys and be like what normally happens. All right, so we've got our saute pan going. By the way, our fish, our marinade is reducing down, and it smells so good too. And we'll get that into a nice reduction, and we'll put that on our fish at the end. All right, so we've got a nice hot pan that we're starting with, and we're going to throw in a little olive oil. I'm changing up, like I said, I'm changing this recipe up a little bit. You change it as you go, no big deal. So I'm putting in a little olive oil to start. We're going to get that nice and heated up in our pan. All right. Again, we want to make this a little bit healthier. And then I'm going to throw in, I'm going to really kick this up a little bit. So we're going to throw in some garlic. Okay, this is some minced garlic. It's about maybe a clove or two of garlic. All right. And then, remember how I was talking about the ginger that I put in the marinade? Well, I put another teaspoon of, almost half tablespoon of fresh ginger that we're going to throw right into our veggie mix. All right, so we've got that. We're going to do that around and get all that nice and starting to do it. And then I'm going to even kick it up a little more. I happen to have some fresh dill in the house, so we're going to add a little fresh dill to that. All right. Oh, it looks so good. Then we're going to throw in our veggies. And we're going to give them a good toss. All right, just get all that deliciousness that we put on first, the oil and the garlic and the ginger. We're going to put all that in there. We're going to throw in a little salt. We're going to throw in a little pepper. All right. And then we're going to throw in, to give it some, we're going to throw in some fresh, well, not fresh, but chicken broth. And again, use any chicken broth that you have. We've been making a lot of our own chicken stock lately because we've been eating a lot of chicken and using the chicken bones to make stock. So we're going to bring that up to a higher temperature so we can get that moving now. So again, what we've put in there is our veggies. We've got our olive oil. We have minced garlic. We have fresh minced ginger. We have some salt and pepper and a little chicken broth. That's it. And we're going to bring it up and bring it high. And hi, Katie Chumbly. We miss you down in Georgia. And for those who don't know, yes, I used to live in Georgia. Anyways, all right, so as you can see, our sauce is getting really nice. I'm not sure if you can get in there with the camera. It's hard to, come on, camera, do its thing. There you go. All right, so we've got that going. And we're going to bring that up a little bit. So let's talk again about what we're doing here. So we're making life really super simple for us. Fish is already in the oven. Again, we put together a really simple marinade that we just put it all together. We put it I put it in a glass Pyrex dish so that it wouldn't react, the different sauces wouldn't react with the pan. Always important to use something, because if you use, for example, if you use aluminum and you put in certain items into your sauce, like soy sauce or fish sauce, whatever, they can react with the metal. So it can either change the flavor that you're trying to create, or it can actually, some of the metal can actually come off. I mean, copper is one of those metals that reacts very simply. So like that. So glass is always a good thing. If you want to use a Ziploc bag, I got no issues with Ziploc either. Those are great too. All right, so as you can see, we're steaming our vegetables in this broth, and they're starting to look really nice. All right, and meanwhile, we've got our sauce. Looks like it's almost done over here. Looking pretty good. So I think it's time. No, so now, if you make your rice in advance, which you can, what you can do is, if you want to mold it, you can mold it into like a little ramekin. And then what I'm going to do is we're going to put that in the microwave. This is a chefy trick that I'm showing you guys. Okay, we're going to put it in the microwave for, I don't know, 15, 30 seconds, depending on how hot your microwave is. Hi, Kara. Or Kira. Sorry, Kara. I have a cousin, Kara. Hi, Kara. How are you? Anyways. All right. So our veggies look pretty good. Our sauce looks pretty good. Our rice is heated up. We'll give it another 15 seconds. And it just so happens that I have, woohoo, there's some hot food in here. I got some fish that I put in before we went on the air today. So we're going to take that out and we're going to plate that to show you guys what it looks like. All right. So we're going to start off with our sauce that we have over here. So let's get a spoon. All right, so we got our spoon, and we're going to take our sauce. And again, the other thing you've done, besides reducing this, you're also killing any of the, impurities and bacteria and things that were in the fish before it was cooked. So this is where you're going to take your nice sauce that you made, and we're going to just put a nice smear of that on top on your plate. All right, we got that. I think you guys could see that. Then we're going to grab our rice. Okay, and we're going to put our rice right smack in the center. Here, let's come right over here so you guys could see it a little better maybe. All right, and we're going to put our rice right smack in the middle, just like that. Got it? All right. Then we got to come over here. We got to get a spatula, and we're going to take our fish off. Okay. But before we do that, I want to do some of the veggies. So we're going to do our veggies. These veggies look great. They're nice and sautéed. So I'm just going to sprinkle the veggies like all around the plate, just like that. All right, maybe we'll throw a little baby corn in there. Everybody likes a good baby corn, right? All right, and then we're going to take one of our fish, our salmon, and we're going to plate that right on. Woohoo, it's sliding off. We're going to plate that just like that, and then we're going to top it. We can always throw a little more sauce on there if you like. I always like a little sauce. I don't know about you. All right, and then we're going to top it off with a little sprig of dill, because I have that as a garnish. And then, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Tonight's dinner is our Asian glazed salmon with steamed rice and sautéed veggies. What do you think? Anyways, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you all stay safe. I hope you enjoy tomorrow, for those who understand what I'm talking about, and have a great time, and stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you next Sunday here on Sunday Dinner with Chef Joe.